Hey, what's going on, my good people? A lot of people was emailing me about the story of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. And I've been following it for days now. And I wanted to bring it to my platform. This is the story of Gabby Petito. And her fiance, Brian Laundrie, set out on a road trip on July the 2nd. And they was headed to Yellowstone National Park. And understand this, they had a plan. And the plan was to hit several parks along the way. But somewhere along the way, things went bad. So, I got a couple things to show y'all. Come on, ride with me. Now, Gabby and Brian seem like a fun-loving couple. Okay? She moved from New York and moved in with him, with his parents in Florida. And they seem very outdoorsy, very adventurous. Living life. Gabby even had a tattoo on her arm said, "Let it be." And I love that. Absolutely love it. Let it be. She was a free spirit. That's how they described her. And these two seemed like the perfect couple. They traveled together. They did things together. And you see a lot of pictures of them enjoying life. You know, like these was relationship goals right here. This is what we saw in them. And when they set out to take this road trip on July the 2nd, this wasn't their first road trip. They decided to go on another one, okay? And they was, again, just living life. But somewhere along the way, things turned bad for them. And I wanted to know what happened. Why did things change? And after everything that I've looked into, it seems that things started to go downhill when Brian and Gabby got to this place right here. Yeah. Moonflower Community Cooperative. And it's a natural food store, like a grocery store, in Moab, Utah. And I don't know what started this, but what I do know is that when they left this store right here, shit turned bad. Listen to this.
Grant County Sheriff's Office. Were you able to get a description of these? Hi, can you hear me, sir? Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, I'm calling. I'm right on the corner of Main Street by Moonflower, and we're driving by, and I'd like to report a domestic dispute. Florida with the white van, Florida license plate, white land, gentleman, 5'6" beard. They just drove off. They're going down Main Street. They made a right onto Main Street from Moonflower.
Or what were they doing?
Cooperative, but what do you say?
What were they doing?
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Yeah. Somebody called 911. And they said they saw Brian slapping her. They was running up and down the street. They fighting. That's what that was. A fight. And he said that they got in the car and drove off and made a right on Main Street. But not too long after leaving this area, police caught up with Gabby and Brian.
Place your vehicle into park and go ahead and turn it off for me? No, park?
Oh, it is in park, yeah.
Okay, turn off your engine. Go ahead and set your keys on the dash for me, alright? What's your guys' names?
Gabby.
Gabby, Brian? Okay. What's going on? How come you're crying?
I'm sorry, we've just been fighting this morning. Some personal issues.
It was a long day. We were camping yesterday, and camping got out flies and stuff. I'm sorry I hit the bump there.
I was distracting him from driving. I'm sorry.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle for me, man?
Yeah.
Just hang tight right there. Do you mind if I take your keys and just put them on your hood?
You got it. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm gonna go ahead and close your door, okay? Why don't you come over here? SO229, I had the female that was in the passenger seat separated from the male. Keys are on the hood. You wanna tell me what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some days I have really bad OCD, and I was just cleaning and straightening up back of the van before, and I was apologizing to him and saying, I'm sorry that I'm so mean, because sometimes I have OCD and sometimes I just get really frustrated. Not like mean towards him, I just like, I guess my vibe is like, you're like in a bad mood. And I was just saying, I'm sorry if I'm in a bad mood. I've just been really stressed. I had so much work I was doing on my computer this morning.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I used to work at an organic juice bar, but I just quit my job.
Okay.
I was a nutritionist. That was my
That's
job.
cool.
And I just quit my job to travel across the country, and I'm trying to start a blog. I have a blog and stuff, so I've been building my website, so I've been really stressed, and I didn't really believe that I could do any of it, so that's kind of been like a, I don't know, he's like, I don't know, we've just been fighting all morning, and he wouldn't let me in the car before. And then
Why wouldn't he let you in the car? Because you're OCD?
told me I needed to calm down. Yeah. But I'm perfectly calm all the time. And he really stresses me out. And this is a rough morning.
Yeah. The police put Gabby in the backseat of the car. They wanted her to calm down. You know, they thought maybe if she got some air, you know, she asked for some water, they got her some water. You know, they just want her to calm down because she's visibly upset. She went on about having OCD and, you know, she have good days and bad days. And she even went as far as telling us that she quit her job as a nutritionist to travel across the country. And I salute her for that. She even went as far as telling them, look, you know, I'm trying to start a website, trying to, you know, start a vlog. And one of the things that stood out to me was the fact that she said she felt Brian didn't support that. And I'm familiar with that. And I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers are too. You know, where, you know, we're trying to build our channels and build our brand. And our significant others, it don't look beneficial to them. On the outside looking in, it looked like we're wasting time. But I understand what it was she was trying to do. Okay? And this was just another bad day. So not only did the police speak with Gabby, they talked to Brian.
What's that? Yeah, I just spoke to her. So, you want to do me a favor? Let's go ahead and get you to step out of the vehicle, alrighty? Come on over here. You're not in any trouble right now. So, tell me what's going on.
She just gets worked up sometimes, and I try and really distance myself from her, so like I lock the car and I walk away from her. What happened this morning is that she's trying to start up like her own little website blog and everything, so I give her time, and we really had a nice morning and everything, but she just worked up as we were trying to get going and get her day going because we want to go like ours and stuff like that.
Okay. You want to tell me about those scratches on your face?
She had this stuff on her hand, that's why I was pushing her away, just because she wanted me, I like the keys so I could walk away. I said, let's just take a breather and let's not, go anywhere. Let's just calm down from it. She was getting worked up. And then she had her phone and was trying to get the keys for me. So I got away. I was just trying to, I know I shouldn't push, but I was just trying to push her away to go, let's just take a minute, step back and breathe. And she got me with her phone.
Can I see your hand? Oh, you got a mark right here.
Oh, that's from my wire.
That's on the wire?
Yeah.
You want to tell me about hitting that curb?
Now, Brian's story is a little different. It's different than what the caller said. The caller said that he saw Brian slap her and they was running up and down the street, everything. But Brian's story is, look, she was trying to attack me and I was trying to keep her off of me. And in the midst of doing that, I mean, because clearly he got bruises on his face. She got him good, didn't she? Got him good. And I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this, I was trying to give Brian the benefit of the doubt because I know women like this. Okay? But when that 911 call came out, I was like, yeah, no. You was putting your hands on her. So after this encounter with the police, Gabby ended up with the van, and Laundrie, Brian, was put up in a hotel. But they ended up back together. This domestic dispute happened on August the 12th. Okay? And like I said, at some point they linked back up. They got back together and continued on their trip. And during this time, Gabby's keeping in touch with her family. Okay? She's keeping in touch with her mother. And at some point, I believe it was August the 21st, the parents sent them some food by way of Uber. Okay? So she's in touch with them. And then, and I wanted to know, where did they send the food to? Because on August the 24th, Gabby and Brian was seen checking out of the Fairfield Inn near the airport in Utah. And I was confused by that because I'm like, okay, they, traveling across country, they live in this like van life. And it was like, how the hell did they end up at the hotel? What made them go to the hotel? Was there a reason? I don't know.
It was around the 23rd and or the 24th, I can't recall, but she was having a great time. She said she was headed up to Wyoming.
Now, Gabby's mother said that she had talked to Gabby on the 23rd or the 24th, and I've seen conflicting reports. Some of them said the 25th, but her mother said the 23rd or the 24th, okay? That she talked to Gabby, and Gabby telling her she having a good time. And one of the things I was thinking about, I'm like, I wonder if she told her mama about that altercation. Y'all think she did? I don't know. But on August the 25th, Gabby and Brian ended up in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. And one of the last posts that she made on Instagram was this picture right here. I absolutely love this picture. She looks so happy, so full of life. And they continued on their journey and ended up at a place called Rustic Road in Victor, Idaho. And this place is about 29 miles from Grand Teton National Park. Now, this store owner, she said that she saw Gabby and Brian on either August the 25th or the 26th. Okay? She said they was in there about 15 minutes. She said, and they seemed happy. Again, like all them pictures that we seen. A happy couple. And they went as far as telling her, their plans. They were headed to Yellowstone National Park. They even told this lady that they was engaged. Gabby was excited about that. So it seems that at this moment, they're portraying to be this happy couple. They're happy again. But what happened after that? Gabby's mother said that she received a text from Gabby on August the 27th. But here's the thing. She's not convinced that Gabby sent it. Yeah. She's not convinced. And not only that, on August the 27th, the van that they were traveling in, the 2012 Ford Transit that they were traveling in, was spotted at a place called Spread Creek Campground. And that was around 6 o'clock. And there's been a lot of controversy around this video right here. But I'm going to show it to y'all. Because in this video, to me, I'm one who believes that it appeared to be someone in that van. So I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Watch this video.
You'll see as we round the corner, you'll still see a black line right in the center there. I'm trying to zoom in a little bit more. There, okay. There's a black sliver right in this back of that van. You would think it's a tree, right? Well, we'll see in a second here. So you're going to start seeing it close here in a second. Watch. It's going to start closing. Watch very carefully. Right in the center of the screen right now. There it goes. It's starting to close. Boom. Closed. Okay? Did you get that?
Yep, I got it. And I don't know about y'all, but to me, it definitely looked like that door was open and then that door was closed. Now, I don't know who did it. Don't know if it was Gabby. Don't know if it was Brian. But what I do know is that no one had heard from Gabby or Brian during this time until this lady right here.
Hi, my name is Miranda Baker, and on August 29th, my boyfriend and I picked up Brian at Grand Teton National Park at 5:30 at night at Coulter Bay. I'm hoping this can help someone identify him because I saw him from TikTok, which then made me call the authorities, and my boyfriend and I have been in contact with a bunch of different people to help piece together different parts of this case. But we picked him up at Coulter Bay, like I said, at 5:30. He approached us asking us for a ride because he needed to go to Jackson, which we were going to Jackson that night. So I said, hop in. He hopped in the back of my Jeep. We then, proceeded to make small talk. But before he came in the car, he offered to pay us like $200 to give him a ride, like 10 miles. So that was kind of weird. He then told us he's been camping for multiple days without his fiance. He did say he had a fiance, and that she was working on their social media page back at their van. Then once, in conversation, I brought up, yep, we're going to Jackson. He freaked out. He's like, nope, I need to get out right now. Pull over. So we pulled over at the Jackson Dam, which I don't know if you know Teton Park, but it's not very far from Coulter Bay. And if this does reach people, I can post pictures of exactly where we were. We picked him up and the whole route or whatever, and screenshots of the timestamps. We dropped him off at 6:09 p.m. on August 29th. He kind of hurried out of the car, and then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go find someone else to hitchhike. And we're like, okay. It was a weird situation. So when we picked him up, he was wearing a backpack, he had a long sleeve pants, hiking boots, and he had scruff, but he didn't look dirty. For someone who was camping for multiple days, he didn't look dirty, he didn't smell dirty, so that part was kind of weird. And I'm just really hoping that they find her, and this helps someone remember seeing him or something like that.
Okay, couple things. She said that she picked up Brian at Coulter Bay in Grand Teton National Park on August the 29th. Need I remind y'all, he's by himself. He approaches them at about 5:30 and asks them for a ride to Jackson and offered to pay them $200. And she was surprised by that because she was like, what? $200? It's only 10 miles away. Y'all heard her. And I was surprised because I'm like, who does that? What that sounded like to me was somebody who was trying to get away real fast, get somewhere real fast, and knew money talked. Who was gonna turn down $200 for a ride? I wonder if they ever got their money. And then not only that, she said that when he got in the car, that he was telling them about Gabby, that he had a fiance and he had been hiking for a couple days, and that Gabby was back at the van doing her social media stuff. And I don't know why when she said that, it just made me feel weird. Because y'all remember in the police video with Gabby, she mentioned him not really supporting what she does. And I think she was right. I think her suspicions were right. And that's what this felt like to me. So much so that he used that as an excuse as to why she wasn't with him. Ain't nobody seen Gabby. Don't nobody know where Gabby at. And then not only that, she said that when they mentioned going to Jackson, he freaked out and wanted to get out the car. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. I thought he approached y'all asking for a ride to go to Jackson. Why he freaking out now? Did I misunderstand that? Y'all let me know in the comments. But I thought that's what she said. Okay? And she said that they dropped him off at about 6:09. And that means they've been riding with him for about, 40 minutes? And she said that, he got all his stuff, got out the car, and was still talking about getting another ride. And again, I want to know, did they get their money? Did they get the $200? She went as far as telling us that he didn't look dirty, he didn't smell dirty. Now, Coulter Bay has a visitor center. I know they got bathrooms, probably got showers. Did he go there to clean up? Because they close at 5. And he approached them at 5:30. At some point, Brian made his way back to this van. At some point. Because around September the 1st, how about Brian showed up back in Florida with the van, but no Gabby. So, 2 left going on the trip, and only 1 came back. Now, Gabby's parents, they freaking out. They trying to get in touch with him. They ain't heard from her. They don't know where Gabby's at. And he's not telling them nothing. Okay? He's not telling them nothing. He went as far as hiring a lawyer, all that. But where was Gabby? On September the 19th, a body was found in Grand Teton National Park. In this area right here. And it's believed to be the body of Gabby. And I believe it is. May God rest her soul. I believe that's her. But what happened out there? Did they get into another altercation? Was it another fight? Did it go too far? Now, and this is just my opinion. Brian didn't seem like the type of guy that would kill her or would be capable of killing her, murdering her. So, was this maybe an accident? Did they get the fight? Did he push her? Did she hit her head on something? Now, we're going to have to wait on the reports, the autopsy report, to figure out how she died. And I hope they're able to determine that. Now, Gabby's mother received a text from Gabby's phone on August the 30th. And all it said was, no service in Yosemite. And this suggested that she was 800 miles from where she was last spotted. And her family suspects that it was sent by Brian, who is now a person of interest. And I believe it was. Because now at this point, he covering his tracks. That's exactly what he was doing. And he didn't make it back home. Like I said, he by himself. Gabby nowhere to be found. And not only that, there was a neighbor who saw Brian when he got back to Florida. Listen to what he had to say.
It was a normal day. Mother and son took a bike ride together around the neighborhood. He helped his father do some repairs in the garage.
And he cut the grass?
Yeah, he mowed the grass one day, just like nothing was wrong.
And not only that, he done left his parents' house and now he missing. So now they looking for him. And I pray to God that they find him. And I got a feeling that when they find him, it's not gonna be good. I think that, which makes me think that whatever happened to Gabby, he didn't mean to do it. And I think he feel bad. And I think guilt gonna eat him up, gonna tear him up. And if they don't find him fast, I mean, he might take his own life. So, I'm gonna keep y'all updated. We on it. Ride with me. Stick with me. I got y'all.
So make the news, nigga, and watch what happens. If you make it over here on this channel, nigga, we on your ass. Okay?